Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to a very special Thursday. What is it? Is it Thursday, ASRIA? Yeah, Thursday night show. I don't even know. I'm in time warp. Welcome to New World, New Expression with Lady D and ASRIA. This is a show about navigating the shift in energies because, newsflash, folks, in case you didn't know, we're going through an ascension and it's a wild ride. And I'm sure you have seen this beautiful woman next to me. She is from the UK. She is one of my best gals, my best soul sisters, and it sucks that she's across the pond, but it's always, I love that I have a British soul sister. And I have another British soul sister as well, Peyton. So welcome back to the channel, Miss ASRIA. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much, Annie. No, I've been really looking forward to this one. And I think that I know we have our discussions and we were both like, we need to just share this with everyone because your clients and my clients have all been coming back and saying similar things around the energies, around the frequencies, around 1 minute kind of like feeling on top of the world and then the next minute like really low. So, and I know, as I said, we've spoken about it on a couple of occasions. So I think taking a further deep dive into this will be really great. And it's always so wonderful being on the screen with you, honey. It always is. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Oh, I feel the same exact way. I love sharing the screen with you. Well, before we go any further, I just wanted to point you to ASRIA has refurbished her website and it's a new title and everything. So I just wanted to share my screen for those of you who want to. I suggest you go and take a peek-see, take a look at it, because I have to tell you, it is a beautiful website. And so let me just share my screen with you. All right. Oh, and it's this. Oh, wrong one. Let's see. Let me go back and we'll do this differently. Well, I'll just do it this way. Oh, it's not gonna let me do it. Let me stop sharing. And it's really perstickety. I had the wrong thing up. So let's try this again. All right, I think I have it up now. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. Folks, this is ASRIA's new refurbished of her website. It's Alarian. Am I pronouncing it wrong? Alarian or Alarian Resonance. This is so beautiful. I took a gander at it before, we went on here, and what a beautiful website. And I can't speak highly enough about ASRIA. She has been such a help and a godsend to me. People that do readings and psychics, it's hard for us to get out of our own way sometimes. And it's very hard for us to get intuitive insights and get downloads and to decipher it diplomatically, or I should say unbiasedly, when it's you. So just as therapists have to go to therapy, just like therapists have to go to other therapists and doctors have to go to other doctors, psychics and intuitive readers, and we also have to go to other psychics and intuitive readers because, like I said, it's very hard to be unbiased when it's yourself. So ASRIA gave me a reading the other day, as she's always done, and she really just helped me give so much clarity, and she was spot on. So I can't, I can't tout her enough. There's a lot more to her. She's a lot more than just the star seed gal, that gives you with your stove, that connects you with your star galactic family. She does that, but she does so much more. So I'm just going to briefly give you a little peek at her new website. She also has different offerings. There's a contact page, like I said. So if you have any questions, here's a list of all her different types of services. And also, like I said, ASRIA is a lot more than just the star lineage pink lady. She has a lot of great, excellent gifts. And like I said, she's helped me tremendously in all aspects of life. and she's an awesome soul sister. So check that out, and all of the information on how to get in touch with ASRIA, as well as her YouTube channel, which is right. I wish I could bring it up here, but I'd have to switch screens. Her YouTube channel and everything that you need to get in touch with ASRIA, as well as her website, will be in the description of the show. And ASRIA, did you want to talk a little bit about your rebranding?
Wow, just thank you so much. And I just love how we've got this whole color coordination thing going on with the purple and the purple. I mean, is it though? We planned it. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yes.
So no, thank you so much. This has been an absolute labor of love. Really looking into how the main thing is how everything is evolving. And everyone says, oh, but you've had this website and doing so well. But actually, the feeling and the energies behind it, as things have shifted so much and so intently, with working with star beings and looking at people's star lineages, it's more than just saying, I have this particular being's frequency. I have been in that particular star system. I'm this particular star seed. That is fantastic. And that's maybe where we were 2-3 years ago. But now it's moving on to actually saying, right, well, if I do have these frequencies of these other beings, would I like to work with them? Is there any abilities? Is there any knowledge? Is there any behaviors? Who would I actually like to connect to? Because as we are evolving, and we're going to be going over this in a second when we talk about how sort of like the Schumann resonance and the Earth resonance, and even within ourselves, our frequency is evolving and expanding. We do have personal choice, and it's seeing what is in all of these different energy fields within us and being able to bring that in and work with it and connect with it. Because I really do feel that we're kind of at a time now where we know starseeds, we know the different star beings, etc.
For a limited time.
Now it's the next level. It's the next level of, well, what does that mean for me? How do I then interact with this? How do I? And again, it's all personal choice if it aligns with you. But at the same time, it's also looking at the resonance within yourself as well, because sometimes there are certain things that might need clearing. There might need things that need a little bit more of a boost, for an example. And also, again, one of the reasons I love the fact that we're covering this off in this program is that it's a bit of a wave. It's not, oh, I'm living in love and light and everything's going to be brilliant. Yeah, if it was that easy. Seriously, if it was that easy. But it's knowing what does actually feel right to us. Because everyone says, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do whatever. Anyway, I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent, but the way in which this work has evolved is now starting to make those connections, make those interactions a little bit more preferable and plausible. So I welcome you to go and have a look, and indeed, yeah, by all means, get in contact if you've got any questions, or just to say hi as well. That would be fantastic. So I have been working with some clients now over the past, well, many years, but with regards to star lineages over the past few years. And that's what my clients are always saying to me. I now know what frequencies I have. I now know my layer 1, layer 2 of my star lineage or my star family. Now what do I do? And this is that evolution. And I said, it's been very much a labor of love, and enjoy.
I love it. Well said. Yeah. I mean, just the way the wording and the way the verbiage on is just so, you're so eloquent with it. And it's just, yeah. So have a look. And again, get in touch with ASRIA. And I cannot recommend her services enough. I'm not just saying that because I love her and she's my soul sister. I really mean it. I would never tout or tell you to recommend anyone that I have not worked with myself and I don't know and trust. All right. So there you go. All right. So before we go on and talk about about the navigating the energies. We all know that the Schumann resonance is always different, and it spikes every day. It spikes several times a day. It could spike within an hour, and we know that it very deeply affects us, our moods, our energy, our attitude. So I'm subscribed to Consciously Erin. She does a daily Schumann resonance. Now I'm just gonna not gonna probably play the whole video, but I'm gonna just give us an update on the Schumann resonance for October 30th. And I really like her. She's adorable. She's really kind, and she just has a great personality, great energy. So I really like watching her. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to just watch a little bit and get an update on the Schumann resonance for October 30th. Now, this is a taped show. We're going to release it as a live. And so when you're watching this, ASRIA and I will be lurking in the comment section in the live chat. So right now it's about 12:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on October 30th, but we're going to release this as a live show. So there'll be a live chat later on this evening. Will be 9:30 Greenwich Mean Time for you guys over across the pond in the UK, and 5:30 Eastern Standard where I am. And without further ado, here's Consciously Erin with today's Schumann update. And yeah, follow her on YouTube. She's also on Instagram. I love her. She's adorable.
Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist with today's Schumann Resonance Report for Thursday, October 30th. I want you to know I had to practice that over and over to not say Friday. Today feels very strange. All right, so here is our graph for today. That's all that energy we received yesterday. This started last night, overnight for me at about 1 a.m. Central Time and lasted for about 5 hours. This is very interesting energy. This energy was incredibly intense. It had a lot of release to it. Here's the image again. So this red coming in is release, and there's a little core of new energy in here. This is incredibly intense. This is so intense that release energy that we were getting. This is what it looked like on the Italian graph, okay? So this lasted for several hours. This is an old photo. This is not current. I took this last night. I don't know what time exactly, but this is what that looked like. And it was so intense of a release energy that it permeated into the Russian graph and the earthquake graph. This is a picture from the same time I took the other red one. Look at this. You see this? That is incredibly unusual to have red on the earthquake graph like this. It's not that it doesn't happen, it's just incredibly unusual, very rare. That tells me this energy, this release that we had overnight from 1 to 5-ish a.m. Central Time was very strong, and it feels different than anything else we've received before. I don't have any insight on how, other than just the way it showed up on the graphs, and I mean, I'm telling you, something weird. Here is our Italian graph this morning. As you can see, we just have a little bit of those grumbles down here. Just a little bit of grumbles running across the bottom. And here's our earthquake graph. We still have this noise going on, this pattern still associated with geological activities, hurricanes, earthquakes, that sort of stuff. There's a lot happening on the earth itself. This is our sun. Thankfully, this is not earth-facing, because if it was, I'm not sure how we could handle that. But our sun has been incredibly active over the last, 2 weeks or so as 3I Atlas approaches. As an object that has mass, that mass will be affected by things like the sun, and I think this is part of that. So there's a lot going on today. And just to corroborate that, this is the color of the calm before the storm when we look at our Earthbeat, our GCP graph. This is that color, that eerie silence where everything is perfectly still in the graph. It's not coherence, it's not cohesion, it's not everything moving in the same direction, but it's almost like all the noise just stopped. And that can be indicating that something is coming forward collectively. I have no insight into it, just showing you what I'm seeing. Now listen, I know that there's a lot of lore around today, October 30th. This is what I know about today to be true. The veil is thin today. The next 3 days, I think the veil is going to be very thin. My dreams have been very active. I've been getting a lot of downloads and a lot of messages. I've also had a lot of triggers going off in the last couple days, especially around the idea of my imposter syndrome. So be mindful of that. That's purposeful to get it out of your system to move into whatever comes next.
I know that there's all of this.
All right, I'm going to end it there because it goes on a little more, but I think that's a good place to stop. So, ASRIA, do you have any comments on what we just saw with the Schumann resonance and that red spike? And did you feel any type of, let's say, how did you feel last night during those changes and during that spike in the Schumann resonance? You're on mute, honey.
I'm on mute. Sorry.
I do the same thing
by now. We're gonna get used to this by now. That is absolutely fascinating for me because last night, I'm so lucky. Touch wood. I sleep like a baby. I go out, as we say, and have some amazing visions and things like that. But last night was the first night in such a long time I had the most disturbed night's sleep ever. So looking at what she was saying and on that energy spike, I mean, it was so disturbed to the point of even my dog, who sleeps at the end of my bed, woke me up 3 times. And normally if like tossing and turning in the night, it might just be me and she'll be like, yeah, you get on with it. But the fact that even she felt it and got up. So I think noticing what animals and pets and that are doing as well, I think is really, really key. So thank you so much for sharing that, because I've been working with my guides and that today to figure out what was going on last night. I kind of had a feeling that maybe, as she said in the video as well, where the veil is very much quite thin between sort of about a day or two ago and the next 2 or 3 days as we move into November, because we've got Samhain, Halloween, etc. But the fact that they're picking up on these energies on the Schumann resonance is, that when it comes to science, it absolutely blows my mind. So it does answer the question for me as to why I was reacting, my dog was reacting, and there was just it was almost as though there was a lot going on, but it was the middle of the night. That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't usually remember my dreams, and the last 2 weeks, my dreams have been tormenting me. It's like I don't want to remember them because I wake up so disturbed. You know, when you wake up with that energy and you still feel like you're in that dream, and that residue sticks with you. And it's great when you have a great dream, but when you have a not so great dream, not necessarily a nightmare, but when your dreams bother you because the dreams bring up like emotions and these heavy emotions, or you're sad or upset, you wake up with that heavy, sick feeling in your solar plexus. It's like you're still in the dream and you're still have that emotion of the dream. So I've been having that lately. Last night, this makes a lot of sense to me because I've been having really disturbed sleep. I can't sleep more than 5 or 6 hours. Either I can't I have no problem getting to sleep, but I wake up constantly. And I always wake up. When I do wake up, it's between 3 and 5. And then I can sleep for a couple hours, then I get up. And then what happens is that it's like 7 or 8 in the morning, I'm tired and I need a nap, which is just ridiculous. It's like, hello, I need to live a life and get things done. And I have clients. But what was interesting about last night is that usually I fall asleep early. Now, granted, I did do a show last night. And usually when I do a show, especially a live, I'm all pumped up. I have a lot of energy. So it takes me a little while to kind of calm down and, kind of like let that excitement and that energy kind of disperse. But last night, I could not get to sleep. I didn't get to sleep until like 2. And then I was up by 6. So I only got 4 hours of sleep, which is not a lot. And I'm learning to live with less sleep. Some days I'm better at it than others. Some days I wake up and I'm like brain dead, and and then when you have, let's say, consecutive days of not sleeping, that really affects your psyche, and it's not good for you. You get overtired, you get bitchy, moody, you can't process, your brain does not function properly. So that's difficult. But ASRIA, and before I go any further, I'd like to have the chat participate. So in the chat, can you let us know, how did you feel last night? Did you feel the spike in the Schumann resonance? And if so, what happened to you? Let us know in the chat. We'd like to get some feedback and participation. But ASRIA, have you noticed with your clients and in your personal life with yourself and the people around you, do you feel like the Schumann resonance has been affecting you and the people around you and your clients?
I think certainly with regards to the people who I've been speaking to recently, 100%, because as I mentioned earlier, it is kind of like that whole wave. You don't necessarily go from maybe feeling really happy and then kind of mellow out a little bit and then either go up or down. It's one extreme to the other. It's having lots of energy and then it going. So that's one thing I've certainly heard, both from friends, clients, etc. But certainly, I think within my personal life as well, again, it's the same. It is this huge roller coaster. And me myself, as I said, last night was the first most disturbed night. So listening to that lady around all those energies really makes sense. I kind of put it down to coming into kind of like that Halloween Samhain energy. I think the other thing to really, really pick up on over the past couple of days as well is also have a look like the weather patterns. To me, I mean, here in the UK, we have literally gone over the past couple of days. I don't know if there'll be any like UK listeners or viewers, but certainly I know down here in the south, we or south of the UK anyway, it's been 1 minute like I've got like the heaters on during the day and it's pinging down with rain. And then like the afternoon, I mean, you're not necessarily in short sleeve tops, but it's warmer, the sun's out. And again, even the weather is going from one extreme to the other within like 24 hours. You think, oh no, I'll take the dog out for a walk later. And then you look outside, oh no, it looks like a sunny day. So I really do feel that it has very much had an impact on every single element. And obviously where it has hit the weather, then it will have, I mean, we can then go down another rabbit hole with food production and so on and so forth, because obviously then there's the element of control. But I'm just trying to think other things that maybe in my personal life or clients have said, but no, to me that is the overall kind of messaging that I'm getting at the moment. How about yourself, Dee?
Yes, I agree. I certainly feel much better when it's warmer and sunnier out, especially with the sun. And I feel awful physically and emotionally when there's no sun and it's drizzly, rainy, or overcast. So the weather definitely affects people, whether it's their mind frame, their emotions, their mood, but also physically. I know when there's rainy weather and an overcast and it's drizzly, I have sinus issues and I have like this pressure headache here, which kind of affects everything, because when you're, everything is connected. When our mind is not we're not good in our mind, we're not good in our body, and vice versa. So I absolutely agree. Weather really, really impacts your moods and and your energy. Let's face it, we are connecting more with the earth. So when the earth fluctuates with her weather, Mother Gaia, we love her. Thank you, Mother Gaia. We're on this earth, and she's raising her vibration, so are we, and we're more connected with the earth more so than ever, because the veil is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. So while Mother Gaia is feeling energy and her energy is changing, we're going to be more connected with that. So we're going to go with the fluctuations of the earth. So that makes total sense and that resonates with me. But Azria, how, I would say, what else do you think is affecting people and with the shift in energies? What other aspects of, I should say, the energetic shifts do you think are affecting people?
Well, that is an amazing question. And I tell you something, when you actually look at everything that's going on and everything, not necessarily that we have to contend with, but if you're looking at it with like week on week. So for an example, you've got the moon phases. That will have an effect because again, it's either it is more powerful, it's either you've got the waning, waxing, etc., and they'll hold their own energetic frequencies. You've then got certain times of the year. So you've got your equinoxes and solstices, again, that hold their own energy. You've then got the planetary alignments. Again, not all of this is going to resonate with absolutely everyone. But again, as following on from what Dee was just saying there, is that even with all of this going on, either you're attuned to it and it aligns with you, but I really strongly feel that it will have an effect on an individual, because at the end of the day, we are a light body, we are energy. So where you go, energy flows. So one will impact on another. So as I said, you've got the different times of the year. You've got your equinoxes, you've got your solstices, you've got the moon phases, you've got the planetary alignments. You've got, dare I say, 3i Atlas coming in there as well, and really, really kind of starting to move things around with Gaia and changing the frequency there. You've also got your own internal energies and frequencies that are balancing up or clearing or at the same time. So you've got your own sort of bodily. So when we're looking at all the different energy bodies, so they've got physical, mental, emotional, etc., they're all aligning and changing and moving at the same time. So if you really think of it, we've got all of that going on at the same time. So it is going to affect us. But it's being aware. I think it's bringing back your awareness. When, again, watching that lady's video just now, is even me, I thought, oh, actually, I didn't give the Schumann resonance a thought. But yeah, as I said, it was the bumpiest evening night's sleep I've had in a while. I was thinking, no, we're coming up to Samhain, and that's when I know there's lots of visitors and lots of people wanting to have chats. It's kind of like, oh, I can see you now. So yeah, I think tomorrow night is going to be a bit of a busy night for me as well. But it's bringing yourself to that awareness, because information is power. And what does it feel to you? So whether you may believe in all the planetary alignments and astrology, absolutely. But don't forget about everything else that's going on, because one then has a chain reaction to another and another and another. So certainly bringing yourself back and say, how does it feel for me? What is happening for me? What is resonating with me? And I did actually forget one more, sorry.
Oh, go for it, honey.
All of that, everybody else is also going through their own. So you've got all the negative entities as well. You've got the D side, which I won't mention. But again, it's using your own awareness to bring in those protections, because you never know. Say, like, if you've just been to the supermarket, you've just been on the train and stuff like that as well. You've got all of that going on, as well as the planetary alignments, the moon phases, the 3i Atlas, the changes of the seasons, the changes of the times, the changes of your hormone. Their list is endless.
I know.
It's endless.
It's a lucky we're not all bonkers, you know? And then, right. No wonder why we're all like fucking crazy. I mean, think about it. And our bodies are turning from carbon-based to crystalline too. So there you go. That's another doozy, right?
Yeah. And that's when we're starting to bring it into ourselves, because that is an amazing point, Dee, because where we are looking at having that connection to those higher frequencies as our frequency heightens. Yeah, definitely. You've got those light codes that are coming in. You've got the crystalline structures that do connect us upwards through that 8th chakra and further up. And as I said, we are more aware. Yeah, maybe 20, 30 years ago. Yeah, great. Love and light, peace, man, and all that. Brilliant. Oh, probably a little bit more than 20 or 30, but
close enough.
Yeah. There we go. I'm going to leave it at that, because then that makes me feel younger. But anyway, but now, we've been talking about star seeds and that for what? 5 years plus?
At least.
So it's more and more things are coming to our awareness.
Yeah.
So don't dismiss anything.
Yeah.
Because you never know what knock-on effect it will have.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the way that you stress that everyone's different. You know, it's not a one size fits all. Mm-mm. Everyone's going to be affected differently.
Yeah, 100%. Because say there might be a meditation that you like, but actually your friend was like, that was a load of rubbish. Mm-hmm. Or they might go outside and be like, oh, it's a really lovely day. And then the person next to you might be like, actually, no, it's a bit heavy. Never dismiss it.
Yep. Right. Everyone's different. It's not a one size fits all, like I said before. Mm-hmm. And everyone has different frequencies, different energies. Everyone's different. We're all snowflakes, beautiful and gorgeous, yet special and different. And there's not another one like you. And you are unique and awesome, right? And that's what makes you awesome, is your uniqueness. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, ASRIA, let's talk about Halloween, which is tomorrow, or is it called Samhain? I'm not really, I don't know too much about it. Now, we know that this is the day of the dark, all right? We know that the demons and the baddies, the dark ones, this is their day. This is their Christmas day. They love tomorrow night. So, but also there's a lot of other energy. So, ASRIA, tell us about tomorrow's energy, tomorrow night's energy, and any caveats and things that we need to be aware about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do welcome, I said we're going to be in the chat later, as Dee was saying. So any of our pagan Celts or witchy friends out there want to add any more in here, but certainly from a UK perspective and looking back at the old days, as it were, at Samhain. There are many different people see it as many different things, but if we go back to the Celt side, it's the end of the harvest as we move into winter. So it's saying thank you to all the harvests, all the crops, and we're moving, dare I say, from the light to the dark. So as I said, the clocks then change. We then go into winter. So it's really giving respect and honoring. And also it's a time of honoring our ancestors as well. So as much as, yes, we get the spirits and the ghouls and the ghosts, etc., it's they, as I said, the energies that are a lot thinner. The moon is at a particular phase. I can't remember exactly, and I didn't write it in my notes. But they are then able to connect with us a little bit better. So one of the things, I'll go through one or two rituals if I can in a second, which you guys might be interested in. But it's also seen as very much the witch's new year as well in some places. And again, happy for people to add a little bit more on this as well, because we are really, again, moving in, changing of the seasons, changing of those energies. A couple of things that you can do to maybe honor this time, protect yourselves, and really not feed into, that sounds wrong, but certainly honor these times. I think I put a video on one of my socials, because at this time I normally do a couple of simmer pots. So simmer pots is where you put in oranges, lemons, apples, cinnamon, rose petals, into a pot on the stove, water. I like to use moon water if I can. And each of those elements represents something. So, for example, the rose petals are love. The bay leaves are, again, honoring those ancestors. You've then got like prosperity. You've then got, I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but you've got like star anise in there as well. Each of those elements represents something. Again, maybe just have a look at that video from earlier. But not only does that energy build up around your house, because as you can imagine, that's starting to smell really, really lovely with the cinnamon and the rosemary. Rosemary for protection, salt for purity. I'm getting it through now. Then you've got the lemon juice for clearing, or lemons, and so forth. So, and then what I do is just walk it around the house. Just walk that hot water and all that energy around the house, and it clears it, rebalances it. And then sometimes with the fruit, I either dry it and hang it, or you give it back to the earth with particular offerings. And then the water is then your anointing water. So if you do particular protection rituals, you can then just put it on your boundary lines, front door, back door, windows, etc. If you've got photographs of your ancestors or family who have passed, again, at that time, light a candle next to them. Say hi. I mean, I can go on to a few more, but to me, that's what I do around this time. I think I'm about on my second simmer pot. Not only that, I think it just smells amazing, and it really lifts those energies up as well. It really is from dusk on tomorrow. So again, around the world, it'd be slightly different. So for here, it's about now 4:30, 5 o'clock till dusk on the 1st. So don't think, oh no, we've done our trick or treating. That's it, I'm done. And of course, like the full moon, that might be its most powerful, but actually it's the 2 days before and it's the 2 days after, because it's not just, oh, we've had a full moon on this day and that's it. Earth doesn't switch off that quickly, unfortunately.
Yes, exactly. Right.
But I hope that's given a little bit of thought. But instead, if there's any witches or Celts or in the chat, I'd love to hear more. Thank you.
Right. And before the Christians that watch my channel freak out, we are not, when you talk about witch, you're not talking about someone that works with demons and sacrifices, cuts the heads off of crows and sits in a pentagram, trying to embody Satan. No. So can you clarify that?
God, no. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
No, that's okay, because I just want you to clarify the difference, because we don't work with the dark. We're not demonic on this.
Oh God, no. This isn't the dark at all.
This is a good opportunity to clarify, because I think there's a misconception between a pagan, which works with the light, and demonic witches. So can you clarify that, ASRIA?
Oh, absolutely, 110%. So this really goes back again to our ancestors, and they're pagans. So pagans are very much who work and respect the earth.
Yes.
So it's that's why we're talking very much about bringing in the harvest, bringing in the oranges, bringing in the apples, bringing in the rose petals, using what the earth has spent the past season providing for us and using it in a way to show respect and honoring that respect back to it. Because again, some of these traditions are being lost. I mean, people were doing this centuries ago. And this is how, again, supporting Gaia and the earth as it is changing in these vibrations and these frequencies. Because a lot of people say, oh, well, you've got the pagans and the witches, and you've got the people who are looking at the skies and star beings. It's the same thing.
Yes.
It's frequency, it's energy, it's respect. It's most importantly, love, because love has its own frequency.
Yes.
And that's where we're coming from, because that respect and that love into that pot as well, into that water. So absolutely, no, I would absolutely agree. It's not looking at the darker side. Definitely not. It's the honoring and respect that we're paying back. Because at the end of the day, where you go, your energy flows. So if that's what you're sending out, guess what you're going to get back?
Exactly. Boomerang.
But with the right intention. Don't just do
Right.
it, oh, I'm sending out all these good vibes. That means I'm a good person. Yeah, don't work that way. Right
Exactly.
intention.
No.
Here.
Yep. Yep. Thank you
From
for
here.
clarifying that, because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about that. You know, it's just like those that come on my channel and say, you know, oh, you know, how can you, you know, you're reading the tarot, that's evil, that's demonic, you're a witch, meaning like a bad witch, like a dark witch. It's like,
Really?
these are tools. These are tools, you know. It's you can use a knife to cut your steak or cut your food with whatever you prefer, whatever you eat, or you could use a knife to stab somebody. If you're working with the light, you're working with the light. If you're working with the dark, you're working with the dark. Enough said, right?
Yeah, 100%. So that's my state of being. So I didn't think for clarification, but no, that's a really good point, and thank you for that.
Oh no, because you know, people take things and they have these they twist things and they automatically, you know, I don't know, they what they have these thoughts and they misconstrue what people mean. And if they hear the term witch, you know, they think, oh my God, oh, you know, like she's summoning demons, and you know, like I said, sacrificing, cutting off chickens' heads and stuff like that. That's not I mean, there are people that do that, and I'm sure that's a lot of that's gonna happen tomorrow night, which you know, you need to be wary of, and you need to use your protection tomorrow night, because the dark is gonna, it's their field day. It's very strong, and that's why they have tomorrow night. It's, you know, where they do their celebration. So it's just, we have to, sometimes we can't jump to conclusions. So, and
Yeah. And
you know,
also, I mean, again, I think information is power, because if we're
yes,
talking back in times gone by,
yes,
witch meant wise woman. So it was the
Ooh.
wise woman of the village. It was the wise woman of the town, of the place. So again, I think, again, as we move forward, it's looking at terminology. It's looking at how were different words, different people represented and understood, or as you said there, Dee, misunderstood.
Yeah.
Because people have had a vision of, or had a sight, or seen these horrible witches in movies doing all of these bad. Oh, of course, that means every single one is bad.
Mm-hmm.
But look back in history. Look back to see what the definition is in the English American whatever dictionary. And just open your mind up a little bit more. I'm not saying I'm right, I'm not saying I'm wrong, but have a look.
get all the information. Yes. I mean, tomorrow is the day of the dark for those that are working with the dark side, unfortunately. So, and we are in this huge spiritual battle. It's more spiritual than physical. So we're on the front lines and we're very susceptible. And tomorrow, unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of dark things and a lot of evil. So there's the good part of tomorrow, but there's the evil part. So be very, very careful. Do your protection prayers. Protect yourself with your armor of God. Say your Psalm 91s, or however you want to protect yourself. ASRIA gave you a lot of wonderful ways to protect yourself. Cleansing. Your sage, your salt baths, your rosemary. Say your prayers. Bring in God, Yeshua, Jesus, Archangel Michael, who use your discernment and be very, very wary, because the dark is very insidious. All it needs is a little crack to wither its way in, and the dark uses people that are nearest and dearest to you. So tomorrow can get a little bumpy. It could be a little bit of a crazy day, especially now since evil is on its way out. Evil's days are numbered on this earth, because let's say Mother Gaia is going to be shaking. She's in the process of shaking off all the demonic activity and all the demons off her, like a bunch of fleas, like a dog shaking off fleas. And light is winning, and more light is being, let's say, there's more light upon this earth, and God is shining more of the light upon this earth. So, their days are numbered. So when a caged animal knows it's dying, it's going to fight till its end. So just be very, very cognizant and protect yourself. Don't go out, especially without your armor on and your protection. Okay. That would be very foolish. That's my little piece of little advice. So, ASRIA, let's talk about your clients have been going through the emotional ups and downs and going through a lot, because this is unprecedented and very difficult. So what advice have you been giving your clients, or what advice would you give people that are on the emotional roller coaster, and how to balance themselves, and what techniques do you give them to balance out the emotional shifts, the mood swings, to make them feel a little more calm and balanced and peaceful?
Yeah, no, thank you. I think I really do believe the number one thing is knowing, is this me? Is this mine? Is the first thing. So it's going back in. Another really, really important thing is breathing. Yes. Some of the things that I say, and my clients say, oh, well, that's all basic. I was like, yeah, but do you do it? No. So it's bringing it back to basics. So if you're starting to feel a little bit, oh, what's going on? Or a little bit, oh, I'm getting a bit tearful and I don't quite know where that's come from. Or unsure or fearful, or whatever the emotion that's riding up, and you're thinking, what the frick did that come from? Breathe. And I'm not going to tell you how to, because you've been doing it for long enough. So there are certain techniques. I mean, I will mention one if it's helpful to anyone. And it's putting one hand on the chest and one hand on the lower tummy. I know you can't see my other hand. And then breathing deep. So as you breathe in, right from the base of the stomach. And this happens for men and women as well. So they, oh, that's more of a feminine thing. Doesn't matter, because that's in that solar plexus. In that, you're going through the solar and the sacral. And you're bringing all that energy up, because then it will start to flow. Oh, that sounded very rude, didn't it? Flow. But then it will start to flow. Don't know where that came from. And then that's what, bringing it back down, ground. Well, and then we'll talk about grounding, apparently. So Then once you've calmed, because it's all about the nervous system. When we're going into this area of frequency, it affects most of our areas, but most importantly is our nervous system. So we want to calm all of that down. So once we've calmed that down, then it's a case of grounding. Loads of different techniques. I'm not going to teach you how to do it because everyone's got their own way. But if there is anybody who doesn't know, a really, really, really quick one that I got taught by she was my Reiki master 20, 30 years ago. But I called her my Reiki mummy because she was old enough to be my nan. And it's imagine your feet on a gorgeous red carpet. And that your feet's going all the way into that red carpet. Or roots coming from your feet going right into the earth. Or if you can, and it's not too cold like it is here, walk on the grass, walk on the earth. Ground. I know I get told off sometimes. It's like, oh no, I like feeling very floaty. Again, it's going back to basics. It's bringing it back down. It's bringing the awareness back down. Because as our vibration goes up, of course, everything here is going like this. Try and visualize it and then pull it back in. Or if you're more visual, sit there and imagine all your fields just coming back in a little bit. Because remember, as the vibration is going up, we're going, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. Our energy bodies are going, oh, that's really nice. It's like, nope, come back in.
Yep.
So that's the type of stuff that I've been passing on to. Well, even when I'm standing in the supermarket queue, I was speaking to a lady the other day. I think I was standing in the queue for like an hour. She was like, oh, that's interesting. Because I could tell she was like really kind of like, I was like, oh, your energies are. And she was like, yeah, I haven't been. Well, she said to me, can you feel that? And I was like, I can't feel anything. Anyway, I digress. But certainly bringing it back to basics is what I would say. Bringing
I agree.
It back to you.
Yep. It's important to ground. And even if you can't go out because it's getting colder now, it's cold here on the northeast of the US. Yes, it's cold now. It's getting chilly. And if you can't go out and put your feet in the sand, or you can even go out and touch a tree, hug a tree. You know, you can still be all bundled up and touch a tree and hug a tree.
100%.
Just being out in nature at all is being out in nature really helps. But also I think too, when you go out in public, you can pick up a lot of energies, a lot of hijackers. So especially people that are watching my channel or ASRIA's, because ASRIA is going to release this on her channel probably tomorrow. I'm going to give her the video. You all know that you're intuitive, you're empathic, all right? You're open, you wouldn't be watching this channel if you weren't in tune. And you know that when you go out, you're a psychic sponge. And a lot of the times, unknowingly, we pick up other people's emotions and they're clingers, right? And it's like we soak up all the energies like a big sponge. So it's kind of like when you get home, you have to like rinse out the sponge, right? And get rid of all the debris, all the excess, let's say dirty water, toxic emotions, heavy emotions, and kind of rinse out the sponge, kind of rinse it out, clean it out, kind of, what do you call it? When you take you squeeze out the sponge and get rid of all that residue. So you have to really be cognizant of your energy. We can't just like get up, run out like we used to, especially now with, the ascension and the energies. You can't just go out and be around run out in a crowded store, a crowded mall, or go to a rock concert or whatever, and come back and thinking that all the energies that you've just been subjected to are not going to affect you. They will, and they are, whether you know it or not. What say you, ASRIA?
Yeah, absolutely agree. And I think one thing I've just been told about as well is on top of that, because sometimes when, as you said, we go out, we chat to people, or we see the front of a newspaper, and our attention can then be pulled off course. Or we've seen a friend who we haven't seen for a while, and you think, oh, and then your attention goes to them. Be aware of where your attention's going. Where are you being pulled to? Difference, pulled or pushed? Because it might be the fact that, again, in a dream state, that something or someone that you haven't thought about might think, where did that come from? Or there might be something in the news that all of a sudden has grabbed your attention. And then you start thinking about it and talking about it and researching. Think, I didn't really want to, like, a few weeks down the line, because your attention has been on this other thing. I'm really hoping this is making some sort of sense right now. But
It is.
again, because where you go, your energy flows. So be aware of what you're focusing on. It might be the case that you have children and you're focusing on them or whatever. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. But if there's anything that is maybe out of the norm or is more lower level, or it might be a person who you really want to help and support, and actually they're pulling, they're draining. I think I've spoken to this person and God, I feel tired. Why do I feel tired every time I talk to this person? And just be aware of where your attention's going. Because again, when we're outside, as Dee was saying, it could be that, again, if you're at a concert or something, and that, again, all that vibration from all that music and those hundreds of people around you, or it could be, as I said, you're just in a very, very busy supermarket and you're bumping into people. You could just be thrown, oh, look at that newspaper over there. Let's dive into, I don't know, in the UK at the moment, it's about these digital IDs. Is the big news at the moment over here in the UK. And you think, right, I'm going to go down on a wormhole in that and talk about it and look at it. And that's what, like, yeah, that's fine. But then come back. And as Dee said, clear, cleanse, protect.
Yep.
Back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well, we're going on. We're about an hour, and I have an appointment very soon, and we wanted to kind of keep this to about an hour. So because we have full busy days. So this actually, we'll see how this goes, ASRIA. This might be a show that we have to do like weekly or bi-weekly, because the energies are going to keep on changing. And I think it's not something that we can just tackle in one show. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to be, like I said, I'm going to release this as a live. So ASRIA and I will be in the chat, but certainly if you cannot catch this when I put it out tonight on my channel, let us know in the comment section how you're doing, how these, the shift in energies, how you're making out, how it's going for you, what you're going through, your feelings, let's say, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and just a general consensus as how you're doing with the shift in energies, because we want to keep this interactive and we'd like to know how you're doing. But just the one takeaway that I want to leave this show with is that be easy on yourself, be gentle on yourself. What you're going through, what we're going through is huge, it's unprecedented, it's extremely difficult. There is no right or wrong. Don't judge yourself just because you get pissed off or you're angry or you swear. You don't have to be an angel to be spiritual. You don't have to be love and light, and have fart roses, and you don't have to be an angel or walk on water to be spiritual, to be of the light. Okay. First and foremost, don't let people judge you or think that you have to be a saint, because you don't. In fact, being your authentic true self is more spiritual than somebody that's a phony or fake or, has a hissy fit because, you drop an F-bomb here and there. be yourself. And the most spiritual thing you can do, the best thing you can do to navigate these energies and to keep your vibration high is to be unapologetically you and be authentic. Be authentic. If you're in a bad mood, honor it. Let yourself be in a bad mood. If you're in a good mood, be in a good mood. Don't judge yourself. Be unapologetically and authentically you, because being authentic is going to help you navigate these energies and help you ascend quicker than if you think that you have to be a saint and you can't swear and you have to be love and light 24/7. Because if you're love and light 24/7, you're psychotic, okay? You have to, that's no one's love and light 24/7. And if anyone says they are, they're full of shit. So ASRIA, what say you about what I said, and what closing comments or advice would you like to give our viewers?
Oh, that was just the absolute best advice. I really don't have too much to follow on from that, really. That is the 110%. And that's what I was saying, coming back to one, that authenticity that makes you, because again, energetically, that will feed you. And again, if you're then looking at the bigger picture, that will then resonate out. So more people who can be in their own energy as well, be in their authentic self, not that authentic self that you think your friend might like, or that is good on screen, or is that, oh, I'm going to be my authentic self and I'm going to like this movie even though that person doesn't. Bollocks, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Bollocks. It's the setting boundaries. If you don't want to do that, it's not going to hurt anyone or harm anyone or cause any distress, don't do it.
Yep.
Be true to you. And you can always go back in and check. Go back in and check. How does this feel for me? Not for Mrs. down the road, not for your mum, not for your dad, not for whatever. How does this feel for me? Give it a try.
I love it. I love it, ASRIA. Absolutely. No is a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone an explanation. And there is a thing called toxic positivity. And just think about that.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Love it. All right, our Soul Tribe family. For those in the U.S. and across the pond, thank you for joining us this evening. You'll be seeing us again soon. And we're sending you so much love and strength. Mwah. See you guys soon. Bye.